Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry if it's a little late. I was watching the timer, and I don't know if you were watching it too, but it kind of took a while. Welcome to another very, very delayed episode of the Blowfish Battle Network's Blowfish Breakdown series. Thank you for joining us tonight. Excuse me, I choked on my own spit. I am human. Before we get started, if you guys are excited, if you could please hit that like button, it would mean a great deal to me. Tonight we have a breakdown of 3 new Pokemon. One of them is a Mega that I cannot believe isn't getting more playtime than he already is, given the new Oris list of Megas from Oris. Excuse me while I dig my phone out of my pocket. The other 2 are Pokemon that I don't really see a lot in competitive battling. You run across them every now and then. One of them I've only run across in Showdown. I've never actually run across it in competitive battling. Now, the first is one of my personal favorites. If you guys have been keeping up at all, you know how excited I was when this was announced. But we are going Mega... Oh, well, looks like it's one word. Or maybe it's not. Oh my gosh, does Showdown not have it? Showdown better have it. I'm going to be so upset. Come on. Where? I hit the P. P? What's it doing? It's thinking. It's thinking. Okay, maybe it's not. P. I. D. There it is. Pidgeot Mega. Yes. Now, back into the groove of things after that short little glitch. You guys know it absolutely know how excited I was when this came out. I'm going to adjust my camera. I would go so far to say I squealed. Now, obviously this is a Mega Pidgeot, so we're going to have the Pidgeotite, because it's a Mega. We have to. We absolutely have to. I guess really we should put regular Pidgeot in here holding the Pidgeotite, huh? Because that's what we're going to be doing. So yeah, let's go with that. Oops, nope. Crap. Showdown is so slow. Or maybe it's my computer, I don't know. Alright, so here it is. Just for kicks, as a regular Pidgeot, we're going to be holding we're going to have the ability of Tangled Feet, just in case, because every now and then it's not really all that prudent to Mega right out of the gate. But since we know this is going to be a Mega Pidgeot, we are going to set a moveset for a Mega Pidgeot along with the Nature and EV Spread and such. So, jumping right into it, Mega Pidgeot's got no guard, so we don't have to do anything with that. And the thing about no guard is nothing ever misses. Now, nothing ever misses against you, but you also never miss anybody. So, since the moveset's right here, our first move in the set's going to be Hurricane, where you're going to take full advantage of the no guard. It's 110% power with 70% accuracy, but no guard makes it 100% all the time, does not miss. 30% chance... Oh! Rubbing all against me, making all kinds of noise. 30% chance to confuse the target. It can't miss in rain, but again, like I said, we have the no guard, so no worries there. Hurricane takes our first slot. Air Slash takes our second. 75 and 95. We do have the 95 accuracy, but again, that doesn't matter if it's lowered at all because no guard. I don't know how many times I can say that. 30% chance to flinch. Now, that's a pretty good flinch ratio, is 30%. It's a Pidgeot, so why not Roost? You almost can't carry a flying type without having Roost. It heals half your HP. I don't know why you wouldn't run Roost, but it's there. And then, last but not least, I know it's a physical move, but sometimes you need to get out of there. You can either run U-turn or Air Cutter. I've tried running both. I've had a little more luck with a whole team with U-turn, but Air Cutter has a high crit ratio, and it hits adjacent foes. So that'd be the only problem there. We're going to 6v6 single battle. Who cares? I think I think I'm ultimately going to recommend U-turn because you do get to get out of there should anything super effective like ice or electricity come up and you want to get out of there and keep the initiative. U-turn, like I said, U-turn or air cutter. Keep that in mind. We have air slash with the crit, we have hurricane with the confusion, roost to heal, and U-turn to get out of there if you get in a pinch. Now, he's pretty fast, so in his proper tier, which I'm not quite sure of, I think he might be OU or UU. I don't know, I'll have to check on that. If you know, please correct me, I won't be offended. But because he has good speed, we are definitely going to max that out. We're going to, max speed, and we're going to max the special attack. Now, Pidgeot's a physical attacker, but the Mega becomes a special attacker, which is why we are maxing out special attack, and why we have special moves. Excuse me for coughing. I've picked up this nasty little cough, and I can't shake it. And the last four, you guys, if you guys have watched any of my building videos before, you know that the last four go in HP always if I don't know what to do with them. Unless HP has already been boosted, then it is what it is. We are going to go with a modest nature because that's plus special attack and minus attack. We don't have any physical attack, so we don't care if... Well, we have U-turn, but U-turn is not to attack. U-turns do a small chunk of damage and get out of there, so it doesn't matter. We don't want to cut speed. We don't want to cut our defenses any at all. We really don't want to do that because they're kind of crappy when you consider HP and all that jazz. We've got all that done. Is Pidgeot done? Yeah, Pidgeot's done. Yeah. But you know what? How do I make him shiny? We don't need him to be shiny. Okay, our second Pokemon. This is a Pokemon that actually my younger brother likes to use. He's the only time I've ever seen him in competitive battling, and he usually wipes the floor with me because I just don't ever have a good answer to it. But Mega Pidgeot's a fantastic answer to this Pokemon, and that Pokemon is none other than Machamp. Now, we have two great abilities here with the Machamp. However, we are going to go with the No Guard yet again because that's what this set's going to be built around, is the No Guard. It's going to be holding an Assault Vest. Oops, haha, that's funny. An Assault Vest, because Assault Vest holder special defense is 1-5, but can only use damaging moves. All of our moves are going to be damaging. That's why we're doing the Assault Vest. I will get more into the Assault Vest later when we get to the EV spread and the Natures. First move, to really take advantage of the No Guard, Dynamic Punch. Now, if you see, it's 100 power and 50 accuracy, but it is also 100% chance. 100% chance. Every time this move hits, which is every time, thanks to No Guard, is going to confuse the target. So Dynamic Punch is a huge move in a Machamp. Our second one is going to, and our second one. Let me backtrack just a little bit. We got Dynamic Punch in. The other three slots are going to be completely just type coverage. They're not stabbed at all, but Machamp can learn them, so why not use them for type coverage? And that's going to be Fire Punch. Ooh, Fire Blast. I didn't see Fire Blast. Fire Punch, Ice Punch, and Thunder Punch. Like I said, great for type coverage, especially these two right here when you get a flying type out who thinks he's going to handle your Machamp. Now, you're going to have to read the switch. If a flying type's coming out, you're going to have to read it and knock it with an Ice Punch or a Thunder Punch. Both of those are effective against what is usually effective against him. None of these are effective against Psychic, unfortunately. But you still got a pretty good type coverage here. And we're going to move on to explaining the Assault Vest, as opposed to a Life Orb or something like that. Now, we're already here. His speed is low, 55. I'm going with the Assault Vest because with a speed of 55, you are not, absolutely not, outspeeding almost anything. Everything that's used competitively and used a lot, especially in the higher tiers, you are definitely not going to outspeed them. So we are not even going to worry about speed. Not going to worry about speed at all. What we are going to worry about is we're going to max our defense and we're going to max our special defense and give a little bit to HP. Now, this can be played with a little bit. You can cut down Your defense is down about 50 points, and add in a little more in the HP. It really depends. It really depends on how you like to run your defensive Pokemon, your walls. Now, he's 80 and 85, so I don't want to boost one and not boost the other because they're pretty much even. But again, like I said, you can cut them all even if you want to do that. If I can grab it, if you're going to do that, and then bring your HP up, it's really whatever. But the point of this is to make this Machamp defensive, so he can sit there and he can take a hit and get that dynamic punch off, as opposed to just hoping you get the initiative and hoping you outspeed and having to wait for something you outspeed. And with that being said, since defense is the lower of the two, we're going to go with plus defense and minus special attack. I don't know off the top of my head what nature that is. Where is it? Plus defense, minus Impish. Impish is plus defense minus special attack. Wow, that took a lot longer than I would have liked to find. Moving on. Now, this Pokemon I've never seen used competitively. I've run into it a couple times in random battles on Showdown, and it's actually a suggestion from a friend of mine that I work with. And that is a Sigilyph. This thing. He's Psychic Flying, and we're not going with Wonderskin. We're going with Magic Guard, which prevents all damage except for direct attacks. Now, he can't be burned. He can't be poisoned. And there's more to it. Anyway, Magic Guard's fantastic. If you know a burn or a toxic, if you know a if you know a Will-O-Wisp, or if you know a toxic is on the way out, then he is fantastic to switch into. The item here, I went over this with my buddy, and we really cannot come to a conclusion. Because it all depends later on with the moveset and everything what you want to do. So we're going to come back to the item after I go through what the moves are. Now, a lot of these moves are going to be egg moves. Even in the Mega Pidgeot, a lot of them are egg moves. I think 2 of them are egg moves for Machamp. But anyway, if you're not good with breeding, then this isn't really going to help you. But I think they're great setups. It's how I would do them. It's how I've done 2 of them. And they've worked out pretty well. They've worked out well enough for me to think I'm good enough to make a video about it and put it on YouTube. So, I'm sorry, I get sidetracked, and we're going to move back into Sigilyph. First move with the Sigilyph is going to be, let me check my notes, Cosmic Power. Let's see, let's get into, no, not X-Scissor, no, Cosmic Power. Now, here's why we want Cosmic Power. It's a Psychic type, but that doesn't really matter because it's not a damaging move. It boosts the user's defense and special defense by 1 stage. Now, with that, we're going to have Stored Power. Stored Power is plus 20 power for each of the user's stat boosts. So, we get 4 of these in, okay? We get 4 Cosmic Powers. And then you have a base power of 20. Plus 20 for each of the user's stat boosts. Now, I am unsure as to whether or not it means plus 4 anything, or if it means plus 4 for every stat that gets boosted, in which case we would have 160 and it would do 180 power. I'm not sure. I have to look into that. I'm sorry. I didn't even think about that when I was doing this, but for the sake of this, we will be safe and say that when we get 4 of these in, we get our plus 4 defenses. Then we're going to have our stored power, let's see, plus 4 times 20, so it's 80. So plus 80 plus 20, it's going to be 100% accuracy, 100, and it is stab because he is psychic. So it's essentially just with those 2 moves, if you can get it set up. That is the important part. If you can get the Sigilyph set up, those 2 moves and those 2 moves alone are going to make this thing a bear to mess with. Third move is going to be Psychic, and I'm going with Psychic because we could go with Psyshock and Psychic. The thing about Psyshock is it damages the target based on its defense, not its special defense, even though it's a special attack. So that would be good if I don't know. We're just gonna go with Psychic for simplicity's sake. Whoops. Plus, it's a little more powerful. Daggone it. No, not Psychic. Psychic. Caddies. We're just gonna do that. There it is. Psychic. It's 90, 100%, and 10% chance to lower the target special defense by 1. That's also a plus. That's a big plus right there. Our fourth and final move for the Sigilyph is going to be Roost. Because if you're trying to set up these cosmic powers, Roost is going to be invaluable. If you take a hit, you're going to have to Roost up. You absolutely are going to have to Roost up. Because you can't, you will not, you cannot, it cannot be done, it will not be done, it will never be done. Get 4 of these in before you have to Roost or run out of life. It's not possible. No way, unless the person is just completely an idiot. Oh, EV spread before we get to the item. That's right, we got to go over the EVs. Now, again, since this is going to be a Cosmic Power and Stored Power set, we already have a special attack, a base special attack of 103. I'm not going to boost that except with the nature. I'm only going to boost that with the nature. So we're going to go and set the nature to plus special attack minus speed. There it is. Quiet. It will be a quiet Pokemon. I was originally thinking modest. Actually, yeah, modest. Modest is a lot better. Why was I thinking about quiet? I don't know. But we are going to EV this the same way we EV'd the Machamp. And again, if you want to put your defenses and HP spread slightly different to get more HP, but almost as much defense, fine. The point of this Pokemon is to be defensive right out of the gate and get your Cosmic Powers in. Now, tracking back to the item, it is debatable. I don't know if it would be better to run the leftovers and get the same amount of HP incrementally every turn, or if it would be better to just hold off on that and use a Shell Bell. The difference would being the leftovers give you what, like 12% or something? Excuse me. The leftovers give you X amount of your max HP at the end of every turn. Now, with Roost in this set, it is also arguably a good idea to continue to Roost in Cosmic Power until you get down, or until you get ready to use the Stored Power and have a Shell Bell. That way you will heal immense amounts every time you take out a Pokemon. Because it's Shell Bell, we'll say conversation, it takes 10%. Now, 10% of full HP of another Pokemon is going to be more than the 12 or so percent of the leftovers. Another one of those things, I don't know which one would be better. If any of you do, please let me know. But leftovers are much more popular and they're less technical to use. It would take less strategy to use them. You don't have to worry about all this. Although you have this here, you wouldn't have to worry about the Roost. So we are going to go leftovers, Magic Guard, Sigilyph. You can make them shiny if you want. I can't remember how to do it. How can I want to make him shiny. Oh, I unlocked it up now. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, at 18 minutes and 45 seconds, that is our show for this episode. Hopefully, you guys have learned something. And I learned something going through these. I always do. Whenever I set up a Pokemon I don't normally use. I've never used a Sigilyph competitively, but looking at this set, it's actually quite intimidating. If I ran into one of these, I would not know what to do with it. Because both its defenses are going up. I really like the Machamp. I think I'm going to redo my Machamp to have all these. I had Dynamic Punch and Low Kick and a bunch of other fighting moves, but I really like the type spreading here. And the Mega Pidgeot, this is my Mega Pidgeot, except for the U-turn. I don't have the U-turn on it. I am running the Air Slash. But like I said, writing this down and going through this and prepping for it, I've come to terms with, I think U-turn would be it would be a better move in my team with my sets. I'm not saying it's great for you. Remember, you can always run U-turn or Air Slash. This is pretty much set. I don't know how this could be beat. I really don't. I've seen it a couple times. It's fantastic. Sigilyph, again, never used it. This is just going off of the stats. This is exactly how I would set it up. Now, we're going to get a few more of these videos in, and we already have enough Pokemon. I'm going to click out of this and go into, not that, go into the team builder. We have enough Pokemon with between these two. With this is an NU tier. I don't know what tier all these are, but between these two, I'm thinking about making another video and making a team out of them. And we'll do a couple battles on Showdown with them, just to have kind of a proof of concept of these breakdown videos. If that's something you guys think, you would be into, did I say that right? Did I say that backwards? If that's something you guys think you'd be into, please let me know in the comment section or the like section, what have you. I'll take likes as, yes, that sounds like a great idea. I'll take comments if that sounds like a great idea. If there's Pokemon you want to see in this breakdown of how they should be set up, or not, I shouldn't say should be set up, of how I would set them up. It doesn't matter what, it doesn't matter if it's Ubers, if it's Legends, if it's completely blacklisted, never used, what have you. If you guys want to see a Plusle get set up or a Minion, I don't care. Let me know. I want to know what you guys want to do and make you guys happy. That's what I'm here for. Now, I'm going to stop talking because, like I said earlier in the video, I haven't been able to shake a cough, and every time I breathe in, I get the little raspy try to cough, and I don't know if you can tell in my face I'm holding it back, but as you can probably tell by listening to me, my voice is on the cusp of just disappearing completely. Well, that's it. Pidgeot, Machamp, Sigilyph, Scyther, Credilli, and Cacturne. Looks like it's going to be our team for our next Showdown video. I had one a while ago, but the sound didn't work, so we had to delete it. But that's that, guys. Thanks for watching. I will catch you guys next time. Please remember to leave a like and a comment in the section below if you would have a if you have a Pokemon you'd like to see on the Blowfish Breakdown series. Thanks for watching.